This is what it should look like. If you've honeycombed correctly, the base should look something like this. Ooh, wow. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna do a thing over here. So, first things first, you need 8,000 wood to start this off. We're gonna start this all wood, wood doors, wood foundations, everything, no stone. So 8,000 wood, quick and easy. So mind the topography, don't build too high, don't build too low. We're gonna go 6 squares. Okay. Triangle at the front, where your doorway is gonna be, and then do what I do, pre-honeycomb. Just run the blue around to make sure that you're not building blocked anywhere. Pretty simple. Next up, doors. Now, I always build and upgrade in this exact same order. I always do my walls first. It's a larger surface area for someone to shoot, and it's much more likely that someone's going to break your wall than your foundation or your roof right off the bat. Door on right away as soon as you got it, and then just start upgrading the foundations. Roof comes last. Last door, and obviously your TC. So I put the TC usually in one of the same corners. Again, the inside of this base, well, anything with this base you can do completely as you choose, but this is just the way that I build it. So TC down, and what I do is I'll put a couple half walls up. Place some floors. Demo the half walls, and replace them with a full wall. This will reduce your upkeep and your building costs. Now, the reason why I upgrade this wall first is because if you're peeking out your door with a bow and somebody sees inside from this angle, they'll be able to see that back corner of your base, and if they'll know your TC isn't there, so obviously they're going to know where your TC is. Next step is honeycombing the base. Now, lately I've been doing a risky move, and I actually honeycomb the base before I upgrade the core. So what I do is I actually upgrade the core from wood right to metal, rather than doing wood to stone to metal. That way I save resources, and it's just less work overall. It is risky, so be careful doing this, but if you can pull it off, you'll save yourself a lot of time and a lot of work. Same as we've always done. Now, this step will cost you 4,000 wood, 14,000 stone, and 3,000 metal frags. But in total, we're going to be doing an airlock, a full stone honeycomb, metal honeycombing on the roof, and stone honeycombing on the roof. Next step, the airlock. Leave this foundation twig for now. So you do 3 wall frames in the front of your airlock, and then you're just going to do triangle roofs. Throw a wall up here too. And I like to have a little porch. It's easier to get in your base and safer, rather than having to, you know, fumble your way into your base. This is a lot more fluid motion of entering your base. Place your shop fronts and your doors. Now, I like to reverse the shop front. There is no durability difference. It's just more space efficient inside. Plus, that flange kicks people off the base. Pushes them off a little bit. So if there's someone here with a shotgun, they're a little further back from your wall than right flush as it would be here. You're going to put 2 sheet doors here for now, unless you got garage doors already. Now, upgrade this foundation to sheet metal. The reason that I do this one in sheet metal is because once this is sealed up, you can't access this again. Now, sheet metal is essentially endgame for this base. Doing the roof last. Now, I advise you to do this part quickly in one swipe. You don't want people to see the way the honeycomb is laid out, because they'll be able to identify where your TC is. So, I upgrade all this to metal. It makes it more expensive to raid. Then I do the rest in stone. These ones I'll do in metal, because again, these are sealed in after this is upgraded fully. And just place a roof. Now we're going to do this little honeycomb on the front. So finish your roof. So this is what the base should look like now. You tell me if you think this base looks like it would have a wood interior. It's completely honeycomb and stone. It's got metal doors. It's very, very unlikely, unless this person knew you personally and knew how you build it, they would expect this to be a 5 rocket raid, which it very much is right now. However, we just saved ourselves a lot of stone putting this into the honeycombing first rather than the inside, so we don't have to do it twice. Now, this portion here, you're welcome to do whatever you want with this. You can do a full sealed wall, or you can do a door frame for a turret trap. It's completely up to you. Now, your next step should be to get garage doors as soon as possible. As soon as you have a garage door visible to those passing by your base, it's very unlikely someone's going to try and raid you, especially early in the wipe. If you replace this door with a garage door, your base is going to look a lot stronger. So to prepare for the doors, door frames. Now, you are eventually going to want to chop these out with a hatchet. Just chop out the walls and replace those with a door frame. And put in a garage door. Now, you can metalize the interior first. Like, this is where it's really up to you at this point. It definitely don't need to put the doors on before you do anything else. It's just the way I'm doing it in this video to show you how to complete this base. Don't forget to lock your doors. So the entire reason of why we do the stone for the honeycomb and save the metal for the inside is this. Now, 90% of the time when you get raided in this base, it's going to be through one of these back walls. Very infrequently, they'll go in through the roof. They're going to be going in through this. They're going to be splashing these 2 walls, or these 2 walls. So, if you can afford to HQM all of this, you're really going to stop a raid cold in its tracks. So upgrade all of this. If you can. If you can't, do it at the very least in sheet metal. And to be completely honest, I always upgrade all this to metal. Oops. Yeah, we'll just ignore that. That wasn't supposed to be armor, but... Okay, now there was that one. Jerry, we're gonna need a minute here. Okay, sorry about that. So anyways, sheet metal. Leave this wood as you're gonna chop this out and replace that with a door frame. Okay. Okay, I've done... Cheryl, this isn't gonna work out! Sorry about that. Alright, so anyways, this is another one where you may want to go HQM. Sometimes they'll try and shortcut your airlock and try and go right in through this wall, so this is another one that's good to HQM. So if you can afford it, do it. If you can't, leave it sheet metal. At this point, it's good to honeycomb the roof again over your airlock. Stone is more than sufficient. Now, what I like to do is I'm going to build this into a second floor. So I'm actually going to leave this one as a triangular floor frame. Just like that. Now, your base should look like this if you got to this point successfully. Now, it's stone to HQM, which is going to be a minimum of 20 rockets through the back wall. And if they door raid, it's going to be a similar cost. So, on a weekly to a bi-weekly server, this is an extremely strong base design. It's very, very unlikely that you'll get raided at this point if you can get this base up to this spec. Now, as you progress, it's good to metalize the interior, stuff like this. Just making it look like, hey, this base is strong. Trying to scare away potential people raiding your base. You can upgrade these roofs as well above the airlock honeycomb, just in case people try and splash the roof and come in through that way. Alright, so the base is fully honeycombed. We've got roof honeycomb. We've got garage doors up everywhere. And I've got these armored door frames because I'm a fucking idiot. The upkeep currently is about 1,200 frags, 2,600 stone, and this would likely be about 40 HQM a day with a full HQM core. So right now, the cost of ridding this base is about 20 rockets, and that's subject to go up as you add more metal to the base. A lot of people are curious of how I set up my loot rooms, so this is how I do it. Now, bottom box, I pull up to the front. The reason is I'm going to have boxes on the ground here as well. And if this box is pushed up against the wall, you won't be able to loot it if you're standing on one here. So, bottom row, all the way to the front. Large box first, then a barbecue, opening away from the first box. Small box underneath the barbecue, as clean into the large box as you can. Should snap like that if you're doing it correctly. Last box, it's like this. Lots of ways to do a loot room. This is the way I do mine. You can stack multiple barbecues and boxes in front of the large boxes on the top and bottom. There's a lot of storage space opportunity. Alright, so one of the last things I do is I put a shooting floor on my base. Now, while I'm by a store, this is not for roof camping. It's more for base defense. So what I do is I surround the base in windows. Now, I usually cut it off here, but you can go all the way if you want. So I'll take it to... I'm going to just bring it up all the way. Wall frame for garage doors. And you guessed it, triangular ladder hatch inside here. We're getting to that. Upgrade all this to stone. If you can afford it, upgrade it right to metal because that's the final form of this base right now. This is the base in final form here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider dropping me a sub. I'd love you for it. Drop a like or a comment if you like. And I'm live on Twitch just about every night, so come check me out sometime. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, Joe, this isn't gonna work out over here. All right? It's happened 4 times.